Well, the cat's out the bag. The cootie cat is out of the bag. So I have a question. If Diddy's in jail, why isn't Cassie in jail? Why isn't the male escorts in jail? Why isn't the escort service not being brought up on federal charges, being brought up on RICO charges? These are the questions we have to ask. Why aren't the other women that were involved not in jail? Why is Diddy the only one in jail? Because the cat's out the bag now. If you think about it, just look at it. Just look at it. This looks like some freaky cup to me. Freaky cup spice up. You know, Cassie is having intercourse with male escorts, right? And Diddy's jerking his chicken in the corner. Come on, man. Come on. This is freaky couple stuff. Let's go. I've heard worse. You know what I mean? Come on now. I want Diddy. Diddy got to be free. They need to free Diddy right now. The only victim is Cassie's husband, because he's got to sit down in court and listen to listen to the fact that Cassie, you know what I'm saying, was getting urinated on, and all of the footage was on Cassie's phone. Listen, man.
Asked if the escorts ejaculated, Cassie said yes, usually when it was okay for them per Sean. But if they did, then Sean and I would go into the next room and he'd want me to put the semen on his body, usually on his chest, on his nipples.
Enough of the jokes, though. Let's get to the facts of why I'm really pissed off. I came up here to say that you bitches is weak, you bitches is soft, you bitches is male-centered, you bitches have no morals, you bitches stand on nothing at all, and I'm in straight disgust, straight disbelief. The amount of women I see in the comments defending this man to the ends of the earth, out of thin air, like we all of a sudden don't know what he's even arrested for. The shit got me ready to throw up, in all honesty. You would think y'all knew this man personally. You would think he was one of your family members. You would think he changed your life for the better in some way, shape, or form, the way y'all going so hard as women. And this is exactly why the world moves how it does, and men don't respect us for shit. Don't give a fuck what we feel, what we got going on. First things first, before I go any further, if you've never been in a DV relationship, I don't even know why the fuck you're speaking, forming an opinion. That's one. Two, y'all are saying the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, and it really has me concerned for the intelligence of the whole entire country. Imagine the audacity to sit there and say, oh, Cassie was paid. I don't even know why she's taking the stand. Oh, she wanted all of that. She consented to all that. So we magically forgot the video in the hotel where he beating her down like she a grown-ass man? What are we talking about? Do y'all hear how y'all be sounding? How about we start with the fact that Diddy was 36 years old. 36 years old when he met Cassie at 19. From there, we got a big problem. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And then to really sit there and act like this man is not a monster because Cassie's entered the chat. Did we forget the baby oil? Did we forget Kim Porter? Did we forget him blowing up cars? What are we talking about? But like I said, I'm deeply, deeply disappointed and disgusted with the women. We don't stand on shit ever. We're never unified when it comes to each other. I'm very honestly embarrassed to be a woman. Like, all we do is stand behind these men who don't give a fuck about us. I never seen men go so hard the way y'all bitches be jumping out the window for these men who don't give a fuck about you. I'm disgusted.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and I actually like her. I follow her on the gram, but she's wrong on this one. First of all, she's talking about if you've never been in a DV relationship, then you can't talk. That's not actually true. I was in a relationship with a woman. It was domestic both ways. I used to do my part of, serving her the combos. She took kickboxing. She did her part of serving me the combos. It didn't last 11 years. Don't give a damn. There's a time frame, and it wasn't cell phones, smartphones like it is now. You can leave. You're not locked in. For all the dummies that stick around after getting a Hadoken shot at them, that's your fault. Nobody, seriously. So that contradicts any trafficking that was going on or not going on. Like, the fact that she was still there a decade. That means when she was dating him in 2006, I was 23. When she left this nigga, I was 33 or 34. Yeah, that's too long. I'm sorry, mama. I can't even get behind that. And also, when she mentioned the fact that he was 36 when she was 19, I'm so sick and tired of people getting in their mid 30s to early 40s trying to make this age comparison. Now, while I believe that people in their teens or 19, 20, 20 all the way to 29 are younger adults, keyword, they're still adults. We're not dealing with kids here. So you can have the mother complex or the parent complex, as I like to call it, but it holds no merit. It holds no weight, because when I was 19, I was banging a 36-year-old. What are we saying here? That's another thing she kept reiterating. What are we saying here? Look, if you don't know what the fuck is being said, you can't understand English or comprehend articulate language as it's communicated in the post, you should probably not be online. People aren't defending him like they know him personally. He's charged with a RICO. That's a racketeering charge, meaning he had to profiteer off of said sex trafficking. I fail to realize how he amassed any type of money trafficking Cassie. To the date, it's just Cassie. For all the other sex workers, they were male escorts. They were paid. Like that was their profession. It's ironic how everybody touts OnlyFans and sex workers and yada, yada, yada. But then they try to make sex workers as victims. Make that make sense. People freely and liberally sell sex, and then we act like they're being trafficked or... And may I mind you, the dudes that were the escorts, they're not up for trial. They're not testifying against Puff Daddy that, you know, saying they were exploited. That was their business, their occupation. So, yeah, there's no other... I haven't heard of any woman. Matter of fact, they actually confirmed... They said it was Jane Doe, number one, in an article that I read, that when they broke up, he came back and he raped her. She admitted that was her. Now, I don't know if that's right or wrong. It was his girlfriend, or I don't know. It could have been makeup sex. People be slapping that label on shit, and that's not what it is. So that's the only thing I'll say on that. But I go back to the fact that she was with him 11 years. That's not a domestic violence relationship. You could leave. I'm not even taking that no more. Women like to use that. It's a cop out. It's so convenient. They always like to say, "Oh, I was in a domestic relationship," and you never know what it's like being in a domestic relationship with a man until you've been in one. He had me scared. I was afraid for my life, but you never left. He left out of town. I'm pretty sure he left the gate unlocked. Like, you could have left. Like, we cut the malarkey. So, yeah, as it pertains to them getting freaky with escorts and he having a male escort ejaculate on his chest and her drinking urine, that's weird. But it's not illegal. And last time I checked, it's not racketeering. The only thing that the feds are trying to do right now are trying to build a case based on public opinion. Someone like her that just did this whole rant on TikTok, if she was on the jury board, she's emotional. She should be sequestered and removed from the jury board because she's tainted. She can't give a bias vote. I guess that's what they take, on a jury, a vote. Yeah, she can't be biased, so she would be sequestered. And what they're hoping is that people on the jury board are tainted. They believe he's a monster because the beat down in the hotel lobby. May I mind you, that's not what he's up for. Like, he's not up for trial for. So the fact that people keep throwing that in, it has no bearing effect. It doesn't even show a pattern of behavior of violence. What I mean by that is, although it's video of him fighting her in the lobby of the hotel, there's no other footage of him actually beating other women. So you can't substantiate that being a pattern. And even if it was a pattern, let's say it was, and she's in a domestic violence relationship, she didn't leave, even though she benefited from the lifestyle. Who was he trafficking commercially for sex purposes and exploiting and making money off of? This man owned catalogs of some of the hottest rappers to date, namely Biggie, Black Rob, G-Dep, Danny D. Kane. They're not rappers, but you get what I'm saying. The band. That one nigga, man. Fuck. Craig Mack. All these people he made money off of. Escape. Tell me why the fuck he would need to traffic women for money. I know there's going to be some people out there saying maybe he did it for shits and giggles, for an adrenaline rush, because he's into weird stuff. That doesn't even make money compared to how he was making money. That doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure he was making more music business money, hand over fist. It wouldn't even, like, unless he's trying to live out some fantasy of being a pimp. But Diddy has never alluded to the ism. So that's his hearsay. Like I said, it's a racketeering charge. So until they present more sex trafficking victims, alleged, him racketeering even drugs. Like, once again, this man made over $800 million recording music. Somebody's lying here. They don't look like him. Free the guy, because these people are delusional. They're trying to conflate two different issues. He's up for trial for racketeering and sex trafficking, not for domestic violence. If you're triggered, go see a therapist. In any event, if y'all like this episode, you know what to do, and I'm out.
No.